fantastic flash. He traveled to the future in a single dash. And now I'm waiting for my time to go out and hoping to see you without a single doubt. Then life moves slowly like a snail. Slowly but surely without a fail. Resting on the depths of ground I sleep. And waiting to see you because sorry. And waiting to see you because like you I'm forever asleep. Time embodies life, love, death. You can do anything, but you can't undo everything. Thank you.
All right. Can we get our fists up for Georgia Allen? 3, 2, 1.
Speak!
I'm really bad anxiety. Never done that. I'm just not going to be able to look at it. So I think I've been writing my whole life. It's the only way that I can kind of get anything out. So we'll see. Okay. This one. My emotions, they seem stable. Boy, there's a way to start a fable, because you see inside of me the perplexities, and I say this all with ease. Am I trying to appease this disease that time and time again drops me to my knees? How could I ever have conceived such crude distorted opinions of me? But finally I have the chance to be free, and yet suddenly I'm reminded of the horror perceived inside of me, this fucking disease, crawling and scratching, needing an out, feeling I'll fall without a fucking doubt. The back and forth continues day and night. I'm somewhere different though, I have fucking say. There's light despite the fight. I'm a giver, this much I know. Yet I've taken so much and still I'm bestowed with the gift to get out of this place full of sin. You cringe at the thought the places I've been. I doubt I was prepared for anyone to care. Those eyes though, that grin, the lack of a glare when you speak and complete the story with a stare. I'm cautious can be. So I end up with sight and all I can see is a vulnerability, one I don't know well, and integrity you could not fucking tell. Inside my body tells me things I'd rather not hear, but spoken with fear. Let's make that fucking clear. Just trust my brain once it's found. It does, I swear, come around. Contemplative thoughts full of repercussions. Let's be real, there's no discussion to have with myself. My emotions are there, and fuck it, I could not have prepared. What I see is a vulnerability, this ability for tranquility, this readability full of humility, and I get to take part watching this stunning heart restart and net smart. The societal viewpoint in which we're appointed, if I could pinpoint it, is a dirty face, free base, covered head to toe in holes, a sniffling fucking nose ripped closed with no souls, our broken hearts forced to close, and very few opposed, but those who know see life through lenses of bullet holes. That's it.
All right. Can I get an 8, 9, or 10? 9. Yeah. Okay. Can we get Nina Valletta on stage?
Yeah, no.
In 3, 2, 1.
Speak!
Today was an okay day. When I say today was an okay day, I mean today was a busy day. Today, I never stopped for long enough to think about anything other than being busy. I mean, today I remembered that there is more I am capable of doing than feeling sad. When I say today was an okay day, I mean I was awake at the beginning and tired at the end. I mean, at the end, I didn't feel like I wasted today. When I say today was an okay day, I mean I remembered to drink water and eat and brush my teeth. I mean, I still hate myself, I just didn't say it this time. When I say today was an okay day, I mean today was the best day I have had in weeks. I mean, I was reminded that I am capable of loving, not reminded that I am capable of being loved yet, but getting there. Tomorrow I might forget. Maybe later I'll have another okay day and being sad won't feel so easy anymore. When I say today was an okay day, I mean I did more than feel sorry for myself. I hate feeling sorry for myself. There are so many people more deserving of my sympathy than me. I'll give myself my pity. Pity is for the pathetic. When I say I am pathetic, I mean I write it in a poem, and it is the happiest poem I have written in weeks.
All right, can I get a... We have one person left. I don't know why I said that. Can we get our fists up for Tim?
Angry white person.
3, 2, 1.
Speak! I always think I either go first or last. I'm not sure which is better. My Korean great-grandfather used his hands to sow seeds in the rice field. He would trudge through muddy row upon row from dusk till dawn, planting hope for a full stomach into the earth below. He would dream the stalk would grow tall and quiver to the musings of the wind. Like the Korean flag used to do before the arrival of the Japanese, my Canadian great-grandfather used his hands to build planes. His Union Man hands were all grit and growl and no bullish shit, assembling engines and motors like bones and joints and gear grease and gas like blood and cells. He was constructing a second body, an effigy to his labor. 5 years later, the Honda plane was being decommissioned. To bury them all into the lakes and the ocean, no notion of his existence were wanted. When he passed away, his ashes were trickled into the sea. And when they found the Avro arrow rusting in Lake Ontario's belly, I know that he had grown restless with collecting rust alone in a retirement home and had wrestled his soul into a second skeleton. My Korean grandfather, too, used his hands to hold a Japanese passport which he could not read, but which bore his name. His hands are lined with stinging marks of the sharp sting of a cane, promptly administered when he dared speak his language. My grandfather's hands trembled once in the hands of his mother in the pulpit of a basement bunker as North Korean soldiers feet formed percussive beat high above on hot summer night in 1950. Those hands waved goodbye to his brothers who had fought for the freedom of the sons of the Sharon Rose and the daughters of the East Sea. Sacrifice. My father used his hands to teach. And as the son of a white working class factory family, that wasn't the obvious choice to see. People from 1980s Peterborough, please don't tell me. People from 1980s Peterborough don't get PhDs. My father's hands have not always told a perfect story. They're not immune to shaking. Sometimes they succumb to the cravings and the mouth scratching inside his brain. Sometimes his hands make the curve of a bottle with the sleek cover of a pack of cigarettes because people from 1980s Peterborough don't go to psychologists or learn about addiction, and yet his hands have gone from paper routes to publishing papers, to being the first in Vancouver University, to taking out student loans and surfing through couches and practicing the pre-Airbnb era, touching a diploma for the first time. And in so doing, he teaches us that resistance is not necessarily being the loudest voice in the room or the most inflated ego. Resistance is persistence. It's refusing to give up on your truth, on your path, on your difference today. His resistance is subtle. His resistance is wearing giant Star Trek t-shirts to faculty meetings. His resistance is smoking weed at 50 on campus. His resistance is canning everything and learning to crochet because who said that mason jars and plugging deep in the parts aren't manly? I think they are. Mother's hands making it. They flutter effortlessly across keyboards and butterflies' wings to create funerals and play weddings, to play the first anthem of new couples, to be the last vote to soul and just departed to narrate other people's stories. At the end of the month, my mother would use her hands to count $10 bills, $100 stipends, tax credits, welfare checks, but she'd always do it in secret. Her door firmly shut. She would make sure that though we were never rich, that we would never feel poor, and in so doing, she teaches us that love is best played as a verb, not a noun. My mother's hands turned up to heating in our own rooms, turned them down in her own, so she could afford hydro and Christmas gifts. And 6 a.m. alarm, stir rice 3 times a day, and still plan on every morning on my forehead to kiss Mom. I'm in university now. No, love is not a noun. Love is a gesture, not a word nor a sound. You see, my mother's hands have buried all of her dreams, so they could build other people's stories. My mother's hands ache from building other people's stories. My father's hands ache from wishing his were prettier. My grandfather's hands are lined with colonial calluses. My great-grandfather's hands are laden with gear grease. My other great-grandfather's hands are wrinkled from the rice fields so that my hands may be free. My hands can shoot at the destiny they plead. They are unshackled by the struggles of those who compose my bloodline. They are liberated by the blood that courses through my hands' veins, traversing every knuckled mountain. My hands can decide. Handshake or clenched fist, to write the word love, to write the word resist, or to write this poem and their stories. My hands are free to tell stories, and so, for as long as the words spill like fresh ink on paper and teleport to the tip of my tongue, I'll keep writing poems with the hands whose struggles map my palms, the seed sowers whose shoulders I stand on, the sacrifice built my privilege.
I'm not quoting trying to make this out individually for everybody. I'm not really trying to invade the personal space.
Alrighty. So, that's all 10 of our open mic.
I gotta go now. I get in trouble.
Miranda,
How
what
dare
is
you film?
MERCA?